The problem with the pit is that it goes on forever. It is a riddled Swiss cheese, sundered onion of passages, side passages, hidden passages, pockets, sub pits, huge continuing secondary pits. It's a very big mess. It's one of the trials of trying to take control of an area like this. There's just the ceiling is just riddled with little things like this, and much larger sections like that where the mobs just spawn, walk out to the edge, and drop down onto you. And that's the kind of thing I'm really looking to try and take care of, is to secure this section of the pit so I can work within it without worry of creepers coming along and blowing up, zombie hordes chasing after me, and skeletons just sniping the crap out of me. Yeah, there's a little creeper down there. I don't have to get down and light up every area. It's just nice to have some areas pre-lit, just enough to take care so they can't get up. And this is the easy part so far of today's work. So, because you never know how high up that creeper there could have gone, and it only needs to get into 5 before it tries to detonate. So it's just, as you can see, I got a mine sticking out over this open, mini pit. And there's probably little side passages down there someplace, maybe. This is my biggest problem over here. There's more of the main pit this way. And with it, it's residents. And the whole thing is trying to figure out which way, of all the different ways that need to be lit up, should I go? Which is still considered a problem. And there's something dropping down behind me. That's 2 something. It's just like, where did they come from? What part of the upper shadows did they get out of and then suddenly come hurtling back around me? I mean, the zombies, it's nice. It makes a little noise. You know when it's falling. It makes that little sound. The creeper, of course, is just silent. You'd think at least it would make something like, something fell, or, So it didn't come from up there. It came from over there. My guess is that it came from that little bit of ledge there to the left, down from the top area, and just came on down. At least that's what I'm thinking. But yeah, there's so many side passages and stuff. It's just difficult to get them all lit up safely. I have to hope that nothing comes out of the side there. I have to. There's a lot of things I have to keep my eyes on, and even when I do, I don't see it when something comes out of the wall. Yeah, there's another one. It's like, I'm not really paying attention to my health yet, so normally I'll suffer the arrows or skeletons in order to get some more lighting down. But I get dangerously close to it. See, this is where I think that creeper and skeleton and zombie came from earlier. They were up here and they just walked off and dropped down. It's like little Bombay, yeah. But it just, cave flies over, opens up its maw, and out drops the exploding mobs. there's just so much to go to. I mean, I could run down there and start lighting it up, but I think that's one of those crevices that just keeps going down and down and down. So that's the better way to do it. A little bit of light and make it so nothing can come out. And look, where did he come from? Where? I lit that whole area up, and yeah, there he is. Because I missed this little spot right here. Spawned up into this little bit of darkness. Same where that creeper came from earlier, I bet. It just, hiding out there in the corner, hopped on up, boom, went to work. I know once I'm seeing lots of ores and stuff, but that's not my concern right now. I gotta really find if there's any more overhead hanging spots. Any place that something might spawn. I don't know, so I'm just throwing a torch out there. It's shadowy, it's dangerous. Things could, Escher could come in and suddenly they're materializing upside down on the ledge. Should probably put a torch there. I didn't. You just got to make the judgment calls. Is that light block 0? Is that a light block 1? But this is more dangerous territory I'm moving into over here. All that over there. If I can just get to it. As opposed to being cautious. Overly cautious. Dangerously cautious. But of course it's a whole new part of the pit. There's all sorts of things already there waiting for me. So, I think what I'm watching out for is wherever that creeper fell down from that one day. It may have just been from a ledge. Can't remember if I ever found a pocket cave up above. Like the one that's down there by the column. Or the one that I took care of just a little while ago. It's a whole, the pit continues that way, and it's a whole lot of dark. Yeah, I've got this sped up a little, so my head movements are much more jerky. But I do that fast, look around, make sure things are clear. Before I start moving on. And here we are. We're at the lip of this end of the pit, and it is just teeming with people who want to get to know you so they can kill you. Skeleton. That health going there. Another side passage for it. This one, this section of the world just really got that cliffs in, and yeah, there we go, more things dropping down. It just not a happy place to be. I mean, I would like to go explore that, but too much of a passage, and right now I'm being assailed. So I have to figure out which one's the more dangerous avenue to deal with, and I think I've already got that in mind. It's the other side of the pit here. As you can see, it just goes on. Yeah, it goes on long ways. And more of where they came from. Of course, this one's much more obvious. Kind of like the zombie children from last episode. Didn't fill everything up properly. This is my Hayden's wall. I used this in another world just to make sure, I had my first world. Didn't get it going quite fast enough. was a pit that went down. It was an outdoor pit. And then to the left and to the right, there were these further just steep, giant pits going down. And one of them was steep. It was almost like stared every block. And zombies would just keep flooding up out of it. So I ended up building a wall right across it. Like 2 thick and 3 blocks high. Just enough to deal with any type of creepers that might come up, zombies might come up, who knows what else. And it took me a long time to finally, clear that out and secure it. Yeah, I did it from another direction. I was on the other side of the hill. I didn't have my orientation correct in it. Turned out it connected up, everything there connected up, just big old connective passages. There it is. There's the Bombay door. This place is loaded with danger. I'm gonna have to seal this off. There's nothing else I can do. It'll try and take up too much resources. Which way do you go? Just expand everything out, and you can only carry so much. Thought about leaving this open for a second, but then I realized spiders and zombie kids can get through, so just seal it, be done. That, for the most part, takes care of this section of the pit. As of my last recording, I've taken a hiatus on playing till I get my episodes caught up, but I still have yet to finish clearing out that section of the pit. I think I was following some sub corridors and they took me out at the bottom there, so I think I threw a couple torches down there while I was visiting, but that was about it, because it's just swarming with creepers. Yeah, that's the trouble with creepers, is they spawn in packs of 3. Everything spawns in packs of 3, but it's really bad when it's the creepers, because they spawn in packs of 3, and then you gotta kind of deal with them. You gotta, okay, well, there's one, where are the other 2? Kind of like dealing with raptor packs. One catches your attention, the other 2 come up on you and blow up. Up there, that's the where that creeper dropped down from the other time. It's there someplace, one of those ledges. I think I'm out of blocks, or else I would have just towered up and slapped a torch up higher. And that's from the first pit. We're dealing with skeletons and creepers again. So this is like a lair. There's a big wall out there to the main pit, and then this is one of those caverns near the entrance, and it's just this narrow wedging layer that goes down, and it's just filled with other things. Trying to get in there and close everything off before anything else comes up. More creepers. 1, 2, right through him. I do not know how they do that. That happens a lot. I'm shooting right at them, dead point blank, and the arrow just harmlessly passes through. There's another one. I mean, that one may have shot through his feet, but still. It's like creepers get a pass. Well, somebody's shooting me, and then they weren't there a second ago. Yeah, these tight quarters are very difficult because they're all coming up from down below and up above. See over there? So this is another major area and it's literally right next to the pit itself. It's like the pit behind the walls. And there's another passage up there overhead, which I have only noticed for this first time. And they just keep coming. It never stops. It never ends. My work is never done. The pit ends up... the pit is going to end up being a rather important location for the survival play. It is going to have a lot of useful resources beyond just the raw minerals of iron, gold, lapis, redstone, and diamonds occasionally. This is one of them. This is the first mine that I found. I think it's the only... No, I found another mine. I'll find another mine later on. But this is the first mine. This is not my first mine, but this is the first mine of the game. By this time, I've started to develop a certain sweep and clear procedure for dealing with the mines. One of the big problems with deep mines is that they run through a lot of the generated chasms. And that causes a lot of openings, and openings allow a lot more avenues for mobs to come on in. See, speaking of mobs, there is a skeleton there shooting at me. Come here. Yep, there we go. Yeah, I have lots of dancing problems with the skeletons. They like to fill up my dance card. Creepers, of course, over there. Fortunately, he's got distance, and I still am using, I guess, a regular bow, which takes time to eliminate. The light, of course, doesn't keep the mobs at bay. It's just there to keep them from spawning, and that's what's important. Is you want to close off the avenues of attack. That's just the one block, but cave spiders, regular spiders, and zombie children can come curling through that. I'm not at the top of my game for doing this clearance, especially with that double level column back there being open at the ceiling. Anything could come dropping down on top of me. That's my way out, or the way I came in, really. As we explore around, there's going to be a lot of ways out. A standard technique would be, after you secure the lower level from anything coming in, do a fencing up there to block anything from walking off and dropping on you. The extra torches is not necessary. One torch up there would pretty much light things up, but I don't know how far things are going, so I'm just trying to get some light up there, keep things going, and trying not to get lost, because one thing about mines is, especially sprawling ones, is you can get lost really easy because everything starts looking the same. See, I'm already back to the start there, back to the column. That's dark. We should go that way. So light in the center, that will light everything up. This is a bad way to do this. I've gotten better at this. This is the using the, well, if you haven't come out to attack me now, it must be safe method. There's a better method. I may even use it later on in the video here. So more open space, a lot of it. I've got I like using fencing to block things up because it allows me to see through what's on the other side. Most mobs can't see through a fence like glass, so they can, you know, the zombies will sense you, everything else will just kind of wander around. Zombies! Yeah, an ever-present denizen of everywhere. Zombies, you know, there's no biome that I think doesn't have some type of zombie. Minecraft could probably be called the zombie game. There's zombies everywhere. And skeletons. So yeah, so this is one of the ways to deal with this is just block off certain ways until you're ready to go back down there. So now I got zombie, I got skeleton, I got spider. And this is what kind of makes it intense, is you just get a lot of mobs coming at you and you're like, you don't even know where they're at. Because everything just travels. I missed another opening there. So that's the disadvantage of running too quickly, is you miss, you know, miss where things were. And even if things are lit up, they can still wander on ends. So I should have like sealed this up, because that's easy to get in by. I'm more worried about what's down there instead of what's up here. Like I said, I keep improving my game on securing mines. Yeah, this is more just I confirm what I already know where that's at just from dealing with things. They always have those center blocks there. Those are always a real big pain in the butt. I don't know why they're there. I don't know why the mines generate them like that. This, of course, was a bad way to secure this, but I ended up just doing it anyhow. That right there is that's the wood section that I did earlier, you know, from below. So, and I've already gone through and like straightened up this section here, you know, earlier on. So, you know, it's just kind of retreading now. This is where things get fun. Dark area, and wait till we see what's up. Yeah, there we go, get the light in there. But even if you get that light going, there's still probably some spawned cave spiders in there. That's going to be something to work at to try and clear up. I don't like spiders. I just don't like them in general. And having them make that nasty old sound and just skitter all around, it stresses me out. I'm just like waiting for them to jump down on you. And they do. They love just to jump out of everywhere. So once again, blocking things off. Just hear it skittering. Some light down there in case there's a creeper. Got some. I guess that's my, I don't know if that's coming up from the lapis. That's my first lapis, or probably not. Probably something else picked up, maybe a rail or something. Whatever that new recipe was. Mostly just trying to get an idea of what's beyond all this. Eventually you kind of just gotta go through, take the chance, take the leap, watch out for things up there. Once again, you reach another section, gotta be careful. Water's kind of nice. Most times they won't try and push through water. Zombies will, but Not always, but still block it off. Let's see, what do I do? Okay, so there we go. So that is the proper way to do it. You should hit the side ones first. You can see what's in front of you. Once again, the water offers some defense because they're not so inclined to go through it, and they don't always have the strength to push through it. So gravel is also another hazard. Oh, look, there we go. It's another's, it's like run down there and get that lit up. Or try to at least. Well, there's already a generated torch down there, so that kind of gave me some protection. Another minecart. Still some really, oh, look at that. Is that the, what is that? That is, oh, just a golden apple, but still nice. A little bit of diamond. There's not a lot of use for the hopper, for the chest minecart, but I mean but I end up like sticking them in my base, and just as they're bigger chests, you can't double stack them, but they're there. So once again, slapping in the defensive grid, more spider stuff. I don't think that's just a web. I think that's yeah, that's another spawner right there. There's, I think, 5 or 6 spawners total in this mine system. These are the nasty ones. Get the 2. I've come into them. They've both been deep. One's been empty. The other one's full of creepers. It's fun. I usually don't try and grab the ores right away. I want to leave my inventory open so I can grab things that I necessarily need. Once I get everything secured, then I can come back and collect at my leisure. The only time I usually grab stuff if I'm going into a section and I know in my head it's like, I'm not coming back this way. Yep. I missed the spot there at the top. Cave spider could crawl through there. Yep. Close that up. Come on now. I skipped it. And here's the other side of that cave. That spider spawner, but those are, of course, cave spider spawners, and there's already a torch above it, so it's inactive. So that's fortunate. A lot of rails, pumpkin seeds, name tag. Okay, as you can see, my inventory is already up. I'm not going to screw with that. I'll leave that one there, but sometimes I'll just seal them off. Not part of it's a worry that somehow they'll magically spawn, but part of it is so that way I don't accidentally somehow go through and take the torch out and activate the spider spawner, and then suddenly you got 5 or 6 of those little buggers just racing at you. I've gotten less worried about the poison of the... Oh, okay, hold off on that thought. Here we go. Next defensive position. Okay, give it a size there. One missed part of the side. There we go. Secures all that in. That secures all that in. Normally you only have to do the first 2, but if you've got a lot of spiders, then you have to worry. But here we go. This is the zombie can't see you because of that brick. That's the first thing until he hits you. And then here's the second thing. Most mobs cannot cross the rail lines. They can't get across it, so it becomes a stopgap. The best way for it to work, though, is you have to stay at a distance from them. If you just stand there, well, they come up and they hit you. Well, as you saw, catch on fire. I meant to do that, of course. I was feeling kind of bored, so I said I need to up my game by burning. So there's a... Yeah, I'm not going to need that one. So give me some fencing back. Thank you. So the real way to check this would be, you know, is kind of crouch down, look at an angle, see if you can see anything in the corners. If you're still not sure, you're uncomfortable, you would pop the first one out on the bottom and try and put a torch into each corner. If there's a mob there, you're not going to put anything into the corner. You take out the bottom one, you keep the upper two up, so let's say it's a creeper, comes around, it's not going to be able to see you through the fence. Yeah, I think eventually I use that one. There'll be other videos. Things I do with my mind. Yeah. Like, where have I been? Where haven't I been? Where do I need to go? I know what's coming up next on this one. Nothing scary, just attack. Oh no, I didn't do that yet. Ooh. But yeah. Do my best just to wall it off over there. Open things up. Give me more travel choices. I've watched cave spiders crawl up through physical blocks they couldn't. So that's why I'm a little bit overly cautious with them. Yeah, I mean, even as a one block mob, certain things should have stopped them, and I've just kind of gone on up. And they've just kind of like, whoop, I'm up, I'm out, I'm attacking. It's like, no, you're not supposed to. Now, here it is, here it is. Yeah. Gravel fall. Wasn't paying a lot of attention. And that's the next thing, if you don't have fence. Blocks. Lots and lots of blocks. But the blocks make it difficult. Pixel Riffs, because I know I mentioned him a lot. I started watching his Minecraft videos. See his techniques. His technique is that he's worried about creepers, so he'll go through and he'll just dig out the columns. Yeah, I can't fit a torch up there. There's no place for me to put a torch. Can't put a torch on the side of a fence. There we go. A little bit of torch space there. I'll have to do. But he'll like carve out the columns so that way there's nothing hiding there for him. More just corner stuff. Once again, that's kind of the thing. After a certain amount of time, if there's nothing moving, you kind of just start assuming there's nothing there. Of course, to go back to Pixel Riff and his column carving, I sat there and I said, well, I've never run into a creeper like that. And sure enough, back into my next mine, I hit up a corner there and there's a creeper. You gotta have your caution. Creepers are just annoying in that they kind of destroy the structure. I like keeping the structure on things. Part of it is it becomes navigatable once you understand your landmarks and you see what you're dealing with. But it also, you take all the mine stuff out, you're just in some square quarters. Yeah, there it is, the big square room. These I've learned have started to actually be rather important in mines. I don't find them all in my mines. I didn't find one in my first mine. Yeah, in one of my other worlds. But this is like some sort of... I've been finding more and more in mines. This big chamber like this, it's almost like some sort of central nexus or annex or something. And it can have branches off to other sections of a mine. This one has 5 branches. One I came out of, the 3 you can see, and then there's one up above that you can't quite see yet. Oh, there it is. There it is up there. So that's another mine level up there. Eventually, once you start dominating the mine, they become much more useful. Yeah. The sounds are pretty much going to be your safety cue. If you can get in there fast enough within your, what is it, 24, 28 blocks, then they're not going to spawn. Unless, of course, it's a spawner. Then if you're in 16 blocks, then, you know, they're going to spawn. It's always that game. Lava, another useful corridor blocking. I think that leads back out into the mine, into the cavern system, back out to the pit. There's just so many open things. This is what makes this one just very difficult to deal with. I mean, there's just sections waiting for things to come dropping down. Yep, there we go. It is dark up there. Give it some light. Once again, the just-in-case fencing. Yep, back out into the pit. That's the first one we saw as we were coming through outside. There's the side of that. I don't have any shears at the time, so I don't want to kind of waste my time on those. So, no spiders. A little bit light over there. Once again, more breaking crevices to open things up. Sometimes you have to go back through 2 or 3 times and just find, you know, all these spots that you miss and do something about them. There, getting the technique going a little bit better. There's another one of those long 2-sided corridors I was talking about. Of course, with a L branching, a double-sided L branch too. Just as much fun. Yes, I'm going to attack you with my meat. A witch. She's a witch. Burn her. She'll turn you into a newt. I mean, yeah, you can cut everything down. I'd like to have the fencing around because if I have to make a quick close off of something chasing me, it's easier just to plop 1 piece of fencing down instead of 2 to 3 pieces in order to cut across a piece of corridor. Yeah, spider just outside the range. There we go, but not enough. That's a regular spider. There's a witch someplace. I'm never really worried about Enderman. Most times I'm pretty chill. I'm pretty chill as far as dealing with them. Not the not the best block to put there, but it does the job. It blocks the line of sight, and that's what's important. Trouble is, I have this whole section here still open, but that fencing there, that rail will help block progress from any of these directions. And they create chokeholds. The other thing that can get around them really are the spiders, because they can crawl up over the rails, travel that way. But sometimes their pathing will just push them right up into the ceiling, and then they'll run up into the cross sections and just stay there. Oh, there goes my axe. Losing your resources can really slow things up, especially if you're doing a close and clear. That's my last torch. I'm out of torches. I'm out of blocks, I think. Yeah. Running out of fencing. Now I gotta find my way out. I really do kind of get a tunnel vision while I'm doing this. I'm focusing and tight on what's in front of me, trying to watch my flanks. Not always catching all the minor details, like pieces of extra fence sitting up high that I put that I can take back. I can get down here. Nothing's going to spawn in the water. It's not deep enough for the drown, but and then once again out into the open cavern. So nothing's really going to get down there. I think it's the one advantage is nothing's going to like drop down and actually be able to land and get in the quarter. At least that's my assumption. Spawner. Yeah, I got that one in there just in time. Got 2 pieces of fencing left, unless I do some... Yeah. This whole section here is a whole mess. The spiders can't really get through the water. They don't have enough repelling strength to put up against the flow. And that's about it for my first exploration of the mine. Yeah, that's my little ragged mine. They're fun to explore. Oh, there he is. He's green. He's blocky. He's got pseudo eyes. And he's coming to hug you with his mass. That's right. He's a slime blob. And they're very good for producing slime balls. But we can do better. So much better, even with how much they litter this place. Because that's right, we're going to go hunting for slime chunks tonight. So, as I had mentioned earlier, the pit is a resource for the survival game, and its resource also happens to be in mob products. In particular, there happens to be several slime chunk down here. That is a chunk that naturally spawns slimes under the ground. And if you've watched any of the other videos, you'll see that they pop up. So the hard part is finding out which chunk they're spawning in, because they spawn by the borders a lot, and I'm not instantaneously seeing them, and they're just kind of, hopping around, and like, where did he come from? I mean, where? My work is never done. I guess there's some dark spot someplace I missed over there. Take care of that off screen here. Yeah. Anyhow, marking out the possible slime chunks down there. So I'm just gonna have to sit up here on a ledge far away from them and wait for things to spawn in. You got to have that distance. Oh, glow squid. Yeah, there's water all up above. Yeah, so, but I'm going to have little messages that type up down along the bottom here too. I may just end up reading them out, so that way you don't have to squint your eyes for the subtitles. But yeah, the hard part was kind of marking out where the slime chunk's supposed to be, and then waiting to see if anything spawns. And yeah, so I ended up taking a long break at this point, pausing it and waiting and watching and marking. Fortunately, we won't have to do that waiting. We'll use the magic of transitions. So by the time we get back here, I've already used the blocks and stuff to mark out the corner locations of a couple more slime chunks, areas which I kind of remember where they spawn at. Some around that crevice area right there, which I think spawns one or two chunks. Some up here on the platform. So yeah, definitely in this area. I've seen some, I think, over in here. Like I said, the trouble is they spawn on the borders. So I found slimes over here. I found slimes over here. I found slimes in here. But the trouble is they never want to spawn when you need them. And you just gotta kind of wait. So there's probably several slime spawning chunks down here. If you ever look at chunk base, you'll see them, and they're just kind of scattered everywhere. I mean, I've back there where I was just looking, I found slimes over there, all the way up to the wall. I found slimes. So it's really, this is just the point now of trying to find where wait for them, find something to spawn, and then just kind of go, this is my slime chunk, or this is my possible slime chunk. Once I get some hardcore feeling, then I'll probably lock it in more and just keep observation on that. I've done things like I built a tower over there, and I stood on the tower watching for things to spawn. So it's just, waiting and waiting and waiting. And they always spawn when you're not looking. Like where to go, where to stand. I think standing at the back end was usually the best place. Strangely enough, I don't think I end up choosing this as the slime chunk. I think I end up choosing a chunk that's further back. Yeah. I spend several days, logging in, trying to figure it out, marking the area, making sure that that things are there. And once I corral it all off, I might have video of it. We'll see. But that's just kind of the thing to do and wait. A lot of times I try and film my building and projects and everything, and I fail miserably. And building the slime, there's one right over there. There he is. So there's one area that's pretty sure. But building the chunk spawner farm is another one that I've had massive failures on. Times I've gone to record and it hasn't turned on, or once I recorded 3 hours of working on it and I had only sound, no video. The worst one was while I was digging down. I had already dug from this level down to bedrock, and then I went from the ocean to dig down, and I accidentally hit the center block I was standing on and fell to my death. I mean, I was right in the center. There was nothing for me to try and dig a hold of. I didn't have a boat or a water bucket or even a snow block. I just, I was high up, dropping, I don't know, 100 blocks more, and I was just kind of like, I resigned to my fate of just hitting the bottom. And afterwards, I put water in the bottom in case it ever happened again, but it never happened again. So, and it was. I mean, that's one of the things you want to catch on recording. I like to show like massive foo bars like that. But yeah, this will be it. This will be the first area that I look at and watch, and then see what else comes up. This will be the beginning, and it will evolve into something much larger or much taller, because you've got to build from bedrock all the way up just to have them spawn properly. So we'll see how much I'm able to actually have recorded for this. But for now, this is the beginning. Not just a mine, but we're going to have a slime farm.